Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney. On this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. We have a twofer here today. A twofer for Saturday. We're going to answer two questions. First question is from Tech5280, who says, do you think employers will purposely look to delay settlement negotiations pending litigation in an attempt to see who is elected president in November? Certain protections for employers against anti-discrimination laws are already being discussed by Trump and his allies if he is elected president. Will attorneys who represent plaintiffs also take this wait-and-see approach the closer we get to November? Gotta be honest with you. Trump didn't do a lot of things in our industry, and that was swell. Just he wasn't very active. I understand that you're saying he said he's going to do some stuff. I'm not a big politics guy. I don't have political affiliation because it's bad for business. But our experience with Trump was he didn't do a lot. And I think that included a lot of things he said he would do, right? In that sense, it does make him a little similar to President Biden, in that President Biden said he would do a great many things for workers, and that has not necessarily been the case for someone who I think was almost entirely elected by organized labor, or at least who got pushed over the finish line by organized labor. The Biden administration has put people in positions of power that did amazing things for workers. We can talk about the NLRB, the FTC. There's been some big moves during the Biden administration. However, the Biden administration has been aggressive towards all of that and has not supported those efforts even after anointing those people, anointing and appointing them, right? Without taking any sides, because I don't want to get taken to the gulag whenever someone wins and the other side gets punished. No. In the long run, plaintiff side attorneys tend, for a variety of reasons, to donate money to the Democrats. Because for a long period of time, there was a belief that the Democrats were most supportive of protections against retaliation, protections against discrimination, protections against sexual harassment. I think that was probably true for a long period of time. That mantle has probably shifted over to the progressives. As the progressives exit the DNC more and more actively, I think you're going to see more and more plaintiffs' attorneys stop giving to the DNC, it's a very centrist pro-corporate party these days, maybe always. And that money will start going to the progressives. You'll probably also find certain demographics, certain protected classes that might feel disenfranchised by the DNC. Some of them are going right now to the Republican Party, and the rest are probably going to go to the progressives, right? The DNC is not really done amazing at living up to its promises vis-a-vis workers and workers' rights. And I understand you saw a meme about how the DNC did everything for maybe ancient history, not something you can lay at the feet of the current crop of politicians in the DNC. In my opinion, I think you're probably, without taking a stance on for or against any political party, pro-worker people, if your main political issue is like workers' rights, you're probably going to be looking at a progressive candidate more often than not. I suspect in the future. I could be wrong. All right. So no, we're certainly not holding cases. And I don't in any way expect President Biden or President Trump or President Harris or President Bernie Sanders. That's a different story. If Bernie Sanders throws his hat in the ring and gets elected, Well, we're getting a boat. Okay, that's a different story. It's very different. Not supporting that presidency. Just saying that would be big for plaintiff side attorneys. I suspect. I could be wrong. You never know. You can't tell the future. When absolute power corrupts absolutely, no question. I'm just saying, if you're gonna President Harris, President Biden, I can't. Yeah, it's hard to imagine President Biden a little bit. I would almost think it's President Harris at this point. President Harris, President Trump, President Biden, President RFK. I don't know. President Jill Stein, is that a thing still? I don't know. I don't think any of those people would make a difference. The only one that would move the needle for me would be President Bernie Sanders, who I just almost called Birdie, which would be kind of a fun nickname. Birdie! Birdie, what do we think about Gaza? Don't start. People are still commenting on that video. All right, next question from YouTube user Weesh, who has a very handsome kitty. Handsome or beautiful, whichever characterization your kitty prefers, as their YouTube avatar. YouTuber Weesh says, what if your conversations with your managers were like, oh, I have a team full of doctors who help me with my condition, and then the managers never mention FMLA or the ADA to you? Once you mention needing FMLA protection, they refuse to believe you are disabled, even with doctor's notes and certification. Yes, that's a claim. I mean, you turned in doctor's notes, you have the proper documentation, and they're refusing to give you FMLA. They're refusing to engage in the reasonable accommodation dialogue. Just coughing up a storm here. That is certainly sounds like a claim to me based on how you're explaining it. So I would say speak with local employment attorneys right away, schedule 3 to 5 consultations, hit up our playlist on how to find an employment attorney, hit up our playlist on how to evaluate an employment attorney, exhaust your local options, really look into what's available to you, where you are. Check reviews, check prior cases, do the due diligence. That's a claim. You know, it's not a life-changing claim. It's not, you're not going to become a trillionaire. You're not going to be duking it out with Bezos and Musk in the space race. Or maybe you are. I don't know. I don't know what you have in your pocket right now. But that being said, odds are that is a nice, valuable claim worth, potentially a couple years of average earnings. Potentially. There's a lot more to the case. A lot more to know. Just based on what you're telling me here, seems like you got great documentation and people are behaving very poorly. So, claim, right? If this was helpful, like, subscribe, comment down below, share the channel so it can grow. Done what I need to do. Take care, everybody. Happy Saturday. Oh, if you got a rooster, I need a Rhode Island Red or a New Hampshire Red rooster. Roosters, plural. I'm buying. If you're selling, we'll pick up. Take care.